feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride away.
I think after this Big Joe guy got sued, Gene Deal, who's been very vocal. Here we go. Where is it? Watch this.
My guy, Gene Deal, man. Happy to have you back, my man. Gotta ask you about your boy Diddy. How you feel about this lawyer named Tony Busby? He's saying that he got over 120 victims.
I believe it when I see it in the court documents. I believe it when I see it, on court television. I believe it. I believe it, bruh, because I don't believe it. I don't believe not 120 people, bruh. They just opening the floodgates. This crazy, bruh. 120 people.
Now this is kind of interesting because Gene Deal has been one of the very first people, along with him and Jaguar Wright, that's been saying, hey, there's some shit going on with Diddy. So it's kind of like Gene himself is saying, all right, I know I told y'all this nigga is guilty of some shit, but hold on, this is too much. Which that's kind of surprising because if Gene Deal, going from the words he's been saying that Diddy is a terror, a demon, he's a guy who's abused all these women, if we know this guy has ended up being a billionaire, why would you put a cap to the amount of people it could be? Like, for example, I do think 120 people or 3,000 people calling in to report something, even though 120 were only considered, I think it's all preposterous, but if I'm going off what I've heard and I'm going off this video with the Cassie thing, how could I rule anything out? This is why, I'm at a place where, some of these stories sound utterly ridiculous, but I can't call cap on it because Diddy has given us nothing that could encourage us to believe what the fuck he's saying, right?
I don't believe it, man. First and foremost, they would have to do a lot of interviews and interrogations on these people. Talk with them when, where, why, how. Do you ever think he ever gonna have a hearing? Is he ever gonna go to court? You know how long it would take to interview 120 people on a essay case? That's a lot of interviewing, bro. That's not happening. There's no way in this earth that that they say 120 people was victimized by this dude. It's no way. I don't believe it. They probably don't believe it. I think they just opened the floodgates or something like that. How did they get 120 people to come forward this quick?
He didn't really go into detail like that. He just said that it was 120 people, including minors. But he did say one of the minors gave Diddy fellatio.
Oh my God, man, listen here. And he trying to get bail, he trying to come home? Nah, If any of that is halfway true, bruh, I don't know what the hell to think. All I know is that there's no way in hell that they got 120 some people ready to come to court and sue them. Listen, what they're gonna do? A class action lawsuit? They're gonna put them all together in one bundle and sue him, his companies, everything? Because they can't sue them individually. Because if you sue him, I don't think there's enough money to sue 120 people to sue him individually. So it's crazy that I just don't believe, bro. And that's hard to fathom. 120 people that came forward outside the 50 people that was last week, or that's with?
Nah, this is one lawyer with 120 people.
So that's 170 people all together, bro. It's no way. It can't be that much sexual assault in the world. It's no way.
I'm actually surprised Gene is saying this. Gene, you told us this. You told us that you believed you were in the presence of spiked drinks and bottles and how Diddy was operating. Why would you be so shocked that it would be 100 people if, according to you, this guy was doing some of this stuff and he's a celebrity with a lot of money and power? Like, why? You got to pick a side. Are you saying that he's a monster, but not that big of a monster? Like, why does it shock? Like, Gene Deal sat here and told us every reason why, that if somebody told us that Diddy sexually assaulted 1,000 people, we would be like, okay. Like, you gave us every reason. You told us about his systematic way of allegedly, potentially drugging women, how he had y'all, the bodyguards, outside protecting the atmosphere of the freak-offs. Why would we be shocked that it's 120? Now, I do believe what's happening also is that Gene Deal is realizing what probably just happened to the Big Joe nigga. When these people come forward with these lawsuits, whether they're truthful or not, to make them seem like they have more credence, they're going to just throw people's names in it. Or maybe they're telling the truth. Again, I will say this to Gene Deal. You can't be a halfway whistleblower, sir. You have been the biggest whistleblower for Diddy. You told us why he was a monster. You told us he was a monster first. Unfortunately, it looks crazy when you're saying, he ain't that much of a monster. I don't believe that. What do you mean?
What was that? Who was one of the mass rapists of all time? He done outdid Jack the Ripper. He done outdid Jack the Ripper, man. The Boston Strangler. He just don't have no bodies that we know about. That's crazy, man. I don't believe that, Mighty. I really don't. I don't think that you can legitimately get 120 people to say that Sean John Combs molested them. I don't believe that.
So you don't believe it, you personally? Because I mean, Diddy, he has been throwing parties since the 90s.
But you talking about somebody saying that he sexually assaulted them.
Well, I think also what Gene Deal is forgetting is that, let's think about the Lil Rod lawsuit. Lil Rod said that Diddy sexually harassed him, never said Diddy assaulted him. In fact, he claims any sexual assault or battery came from women. He said the women fucked him, and he ain't want to fuck them. That's what Lil Rod said. Lil Rod never said that Diddy penetrated his booty hole. He never said that. So what happens is that if what Gene Deal is saying, I think he needs to understand that any impropriety that happened at Diddy's parties, whether it contained Diddy or not, Diddy is going to be in the lawsuit for. A girl who feels like she got R-worded by, who knows, the butler, the security guard, the driver, the mans of the mans. Diddy's name is going to be in the lawsuit. So this 120 don't mean that Diddy necessarily R-worded all 120 of them. What it usually means is that all this happened at a Diddy party. So, again, if there was so many Diddy parties that everybody has a different recollection, I could see it could be 120 victims.
What do they consider sexually assault? They had to go there and see and speak with the people and interview them and see if, they may consider some of that being consensual. They may think some of the people don't have a case. What if somebody say he touched my butt? He pat me on my butt. That could have been an accident. He brushed up against me. We don't know what these people are saying. On this one, bruh, I'm giving Puff the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to throw it out the window. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe 120 people he sexually assaulted 120 people. And they have these people as legitimate witness and legitimate cases against them. I'm going to go with that, man.
Yeah, and the same lawyer, he came out with a hotline for the victims.
They got a hotline, bro.
Yeah, it's a hotline you can call.
I don't believe that shit. A hotline? My man, listen to me. Do they have a hotline or the federal government have a hotline? Because the federal government didn't have a hotline since FEMA. And nobody put a hotline out on the Catholic Church when the Catholic Church molested those little boys. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody put a hotline on a WWF when they was, Vince McMahon and them was doing their thing to their co-workers and everything like that. They got a hotline on Diddy, man.
Yeah, it's a number out there. We can call it right now. I think I seen it on 50 page. You got your phone on you? We can call it right now.
Man, I keep my phone on me. You don't go, that's like American Express. You don't leave home without your phone. What's the number, man?
1-800 200.
If you agree to provide accurate information to the best of your knowledge under penalty of perjury, please press 1. Otherwise, please disconnect the phone call now.
Man, get out of here. Oh my God. My man, they didn't have a hotline for the Catholic priests, bro. That's crazy. But did they, oh my God, a hotline. No wonder they got 120 people. You got to believe some of that shit is bogus, man.
Anyway, I'll play this. And apparently Jay Prince is being accused of being associated to some of the claims of Diddy. Like Jay Prince is setting Diddy up. We'll get to that.
Baby oil at Diddy house might be laced. What makes you say that?
Well, what I said is that isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put it past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that. They got to test every last one of them. Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
All right. So going back to we played this like a couple days ago.
Way up.
Is it this? No, I don't know if this is it. So the guy, another bodyguard, Big Joe, actually implicated. He said it was Jay Prince who he saw behind this shit.
And broke off their engagement. Okay, because we have Megan Kuhn. There's also a new judge on Diddy's criminal.
No, where is it at? Joe Sherman, Jay Prince.
Right, hip-hop heads gathered this week, Houston.
Here we go.
And yeah, it's to beef 120.
Him.
Right.
She tried.
We'll talk right there.
Not only did she DM me, she tried to guide me through the DMs. If you read them,
Right.
She tried to explain to me, all I need you to do is write a statement like Barnes did, like other people did. I need you to write a statement, and I'll keep you out. I said, keep me out of what? But then she got into the threats. Then she brought up, well, me and Mr. J. Prince will be down there.
All right, now
Big Joe said, it was brought to my attention that Jay Prince had a beef about Puffy slapping Drake. Drake was calling Jay Prince, going off on him for not taking his side against Puffy. Big Joe believes Jay Prince is one of the main culprits behind trying to destroy Puff's.
Now, this shit ain't making no sense no more. Jay Prince don't get along with Jay-Z. Y'all remember Jay Prince calling out Jay-Z for Meg Thee Stallion and 1501? Now, we're hearing that Jay-Z's trying to take down Diddy. Now we're hearing this Jay Prince. Jay Prince is not, with all due respect to him, he's not relevant in the music game right now. Why the hell would he need to take down Diddy in this type of elaborate thing? Also, here's the thing about this whole thing about taking down somebody with sexual assault or sex trafficking allegations. That's one of the things that most men want to stay away from. Because here's the thing. Just as easy as you trump up or highlight something about another man when it comes to that, somebody, whether baselessly or not, they could accuse you of the same shit and put you in the same boat. So I can't see this being the angle that Jay Prince would want to take, even if he did want to take down Diddy. It just doesn't make sense to me. But then I did do some research about it. And I was like, all right, let's look into it. Tony Busby, Jay Prince. Now, Tony Busby is from Houston. Jay Prince runs Houston. Have they ever been in a lawsuit together? I Googled it. And by the way, here we go. I think this is what it was.
right now, the thing about Big Joe is he's very adamant that he is not in it.
Not going.
You know, some people would be
Wasn't
like, "Oh,
there.
did a lawyer tell you not to say anything?" He's like,
Right.
"I don't care.
Okay,
I didn't
what-
do it.
yeah.
I'm not there." He has text messages between them that he wants to make sure that people know about
Right.
and can see, because from the text messages, and Mano, you know what it says because you know.
Right, the DMs that
Oh, yeah,
she
the
sent
DMs.
him.
Basically, it seems like she's trying to confirm that he worked with Puff, and then also confirm that there was a video shown on a camcorder. And he's like, and she also says, if you're not the same person, then I apologize. She said. So it seems like she's not sure if Big Joe was the person that she's alleging is on this tape. Now, Big Joe called us because, you know, clearly this is something that if you feel that you're being wrongly accused of something, you're going
Right.
to defend yourself
Saying it loud.
to the utmost. And here's what he had to say about this alleged tape and the conversation with Dahlia Graves.
Not only did she DM me, she tried to guide me through the DMs. If you read them,
Right.
she tried to explain to me, all I need you to do is write a statement like Barnes did, like other people did. I need you to write a statement and I'll keep you out. I said, keep me out of what? But then she got into the threats. Then she brought up, well, me and Mr. J. Prince will be down there.
All right. Now, I don't know what Jay Prince has
Right.
to do with anything.
Right.
But you had a question for him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What he got to do with this, though?
It was brought to my attention later on that J. Prince, something I don't know about, had a beef with Puffy about slapping Drake. And Drake was calling J. Prince, going off of him for not taking up for him against Puffy. And I'm like, that's none of my business. Honestly,
Yeah.
after listening and people calling me, explaining to me that J. Prince's lawyer is the one who put them 100 people together, I think J. Prince is one of the main culprits behind slandering and trying to destroy Puff's character.
Okay. Now, I happen to get to the Tony Busby's law firm website. And I was trying to look into it. Do they have any ties to Jay Prince? And I couldn't find one. They have represented a lot of people, including the governor. They have represented, BP Valero. They have represented Shell. They have represented a lot of like, really high profile and, huge companies. And what we couldn't find, Alvin Kamara, what we couldn't find is anything to do with the Prince family. James Prince Jr. We couldn't find any of those things. I don't know if anyone has any details that could pinpoint these guys to being associated with Jay Prince, but it felt like there was no association here. Now, again, not doubting this guy because he's claiming he got information and he seems to tie it to some real shit. The whole Drake shit, Diddy, Jay Prince. Who knows? Maybe that's real. I was trying to get this guy on for the stream. I couldn't find him. This Big Joe guy just went ghost. It's either this nigga is capping and he's trying to like create an alibi for himself and trying to throw the scent off, or like he's saying, it appears that this woman wanted him to be a part of her case and he said no and they came after him. Which is it? I don't know. I have no idea right now. But I couldn't find any link to Jay Prince with this lawyer. And I looked. I couldn't find anything at all. Tony Busby, Jay Prince. I couldn't find it. Not at all. Yeah. I couldn't find it at all.
May it please the court.
Yeah. Couldn't find it at all, Chad. Not gonna lie to you. Okay. So, we essentially just don't know the extent, and we have zero proof. And what I don't want to get into is just, trying to make everybody look like they're guilty. It's one thing if we have a situation like Takeoff dies in a spot that was a party was thrown by Jay Prince Jr. And obviously in that situation, you want to look at Jay Prince Jr. and also his pops and what Rap-A-Lot got going on, because it felt like they were more incentivized to try to like cover it up, maybe because they had an illegal dice game going on in there, maybe because of some other shit, maybe because one of the guys who may have done it was one of their people. It felt like that they had a tie to that. This shit right here, I cannot find any link to Jay Prince Jr. or Jay Prince actually with this particular lawyer. So I don't know. I'm kind of lost for words. All right.
My sentiments exactly.
I'll play this and then we'll go on to the DDG stuff, then Offset, all right?
Exactly.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No. They just walk out the people who are being arrested. If you ever seen a person getting arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses, do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle.
Okay. And Gene Deal did give a little bit more details on the Big Joe stuff.
The one that ends up testifying against Keefe D, because right now everybody thinks Keefe D is snitching on Diddy.
I think Keefe D, I don't believe that he's snitching on Diddy. He's just going by a plan.
Here we go.
lost.
Let's get to the Big Joe part.
Joseph Stewart.
Here we go.
Right. I don't think they have anything concrete. They don't.
They don't have anything
You're absolutely
concrete.
right about that part. Okay. Now, one of the things that you mentioned was Big Joe.
I mentioned Big Joe.
Yes, I don't know much about Big Joe's situation.
I never mentioned Big Joe. I mentioned that the girl and the bodyguard who they said was Joseph Stewart. Now, he's known as Big Joe. Even, I think, who was that? Yeah, that was Black Rob. Said it in his own video. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me go get the G.I. Joe. In that song, Whoa. You understand? So, the young lady, she contacted me. It has to be up to 9 months in a year, 9 months to a year almost ago. And that's the young lady who has said that Diddy and Joseph Stewart, as was told, I think the people know him as Big Joe. She contacted me. She said, yo, Gene, gave me her credentials, told me who she was friends with. She mentioned that she was close to a rap mogul. They were friends. I won't mention his name. She said that there's a tape out there that showed Sean Puffy Combs, aka Brother Love, Diddy, Puffy, and a security personnel named Joe, Big Joe. There's a tape out there when they were sexually assaulting me. I know it ain't you, Gene, but I need to know if you could help me. I don't want to do anything to Joe. This is what she told me. I just want the tape so I can give to my lawyer, because I'm going to go after Puff. She told me that. I told her that.
You know, the more time goes on, you know, I think Gene Deal, and a lot of people give him credit because like his story usually is consistent and stays the same. It's kind of a sign of a guy who's being truthful. At some point, Gene Deal is going to be pulled into all these lawsuits. I mean, shit, he's one of the most vocal people. He's been around for a significant part of the time that, you know, some of these people have accusations of Diddy, and they're going to want to talk to him. So, you know, I don't know if that was the intended reason why he spoke out, but definitely, like, shit, what he's saying right here, you're going to have to testify to, brother.
I'll see what I could do. I so happily seen Joe in the street. I didn't call him or nothing like that. I seen Joe, and Joe said he didn't know anything about it. He said he didn't know anything about it, and that was it. I went back to the young lady. I told her, I spoke to Joe. He said he didn't know anything about it. I gave him, I don't know if I gave him his number or whatever like that, but she said, okay, Gene. She thanked me, and 9 months to a year later, I see this thing come out that she's accusing Joe and Puff of sexually assaulting her.
Right, I just seen this story, just broke.
Yeah, so we'll see. It appears that either that guy is really guilty or is really innocent. And we'll find out. Gene seems to be kind of corroborating certain things, even though I think she was saying that, you know, not that it was going to be interesting. I think at no point the woman said, you're innocent. I think the woman said, I just won't sue you, right? But I don't think the woman ever said, I don't think you're guilty, or I don't think you did nothing. But clearly, I think the woman said, I'll just leave you out of the lawsuit because I'm trying to get money. and the guy who has the money ain't you. So if you help me, I'll get him. And I guess he didn't help her. So she's like, all right, bet, I'm going to sue you too. So even though Gene Deal and even this Big Joe guy is going to probably show up to court with proof saying, hey, this woman literally was just trying to get Diddy, a judge might still say, well, even though she said these things to you, none of what she said to you meant she thought you were innocent in the whole matter. Whoever she chooses to sue is up to her. I would guess. I don't know. All right. I do got Asian Doll number. Yo, chat. I'm gonna try to call Asian Doll. Chat. I did get Asian Doll number. Oh man. All right, chat. Yo, she hates my guts. I think she gonna hang